the Magus, a man able to understand and know reality through the language of symbol, a man capable of transforming the world. Progress, wars, revolutions, stability. Throughout the ages, many writers have tried to define the reasons for event, asking themselves if it was possible to interpret the course of humanity in a different way. Among the most famous cases are the alternative hypotheses in the study of Michael Bygent, the secret plan described in several novels by Umberto Eco, the intuition of poets like William Butler Yeats, the invention of magical realism by writers like Gabriela Garcia Marquez and George Luis Borges. Alchemy is the art of transforming base metals into gold.
Generally speaking, a substance called alixir, a word made up of an Arabic adjective and a Greek term for the dust of transmutation, was credited with the ability to transform base metals into gold and to serve as a medication for the human body, a drug capable of giving long life.
Fulcanelli, a mysterious name that conceals the identity of the most important alchemist for centuries. He reached illumination and gained immortality when he found the secret of the Philosopher's Stone. The master disappeared around 1923.
I might add that there's an article about Eugène Cancelier in an interview which he gave to Le Figaro that is indiscreet. Cancelier is specific that Fulcanelli would have officially disappeared, which for an alchemist doesn't mean he would die, but simply disappear, in 1923. And coincidentally, that very same year, a scholar by the name of Jules Viol disappeared. Viol was a physicist whose work concentrated on solar activity. At the end of The Mystery of the Cathedrals, we find a coat of arms that Cancelier believed was the key to reveal Fulcanelli's identity. The symbol contains the letter J in the form of a seahorse's tail, and the letter V, the initials of Jules Viol. There's no doubt that Eugène Cancelier went to Spain in 1954, and on that occasion he had one last mystical encounter with his teacher. Considering that Fulcanelli was born in 1841, at the time of this meeting he must have been 113 years old.
Santuario della tradizione, della scienza e dell'arte. La cattedrale gotica non deve essere considerata un'opera unicamente dedicata alla gloria del cristianesimo, ma un vasto aggregato di idee, tendenze, fede popolare, un tutto perfetto, cui si può far riferimento senza timore, se si tratta di penetrare il pensiero degli antichi in qualsiasi ambito, religioso, laico, filosofico e sociale. Un grande insegnamento che pare nessuno abbia ascoltato in questi anni di guerra assassina.
Eugène, vi saranno sempre lotte fra gli uomini.
Già, è la vostra lezione più amara.
E anche l'ultima. Sapete bene che il percorso dell'alchimista è solitario.
Non ne sono più così convinto.
Che intendete dire? Avete abbandonato la ricerca?
Maestro, dopo tanti anni di assenza tornate, il vostro aspetto non è affatto cambiato. Dovete dirmi se esiste un'immortalità.
Non posso essere io a negarlo.
Allora perché non siete intervenuto per fermare gli eventi? Avreste potuto evitare tanta sofferenza.
Guardatemi adesso. Io esisto da sempre.
Ma che cosa?
Ci sono dei cicli nella storia del mondo che devono avvenire. Io possiedo la pietra filosofale, ma so ugualmente che non posso rivelare il suo mistero fino alla fine del secolo. Prendete questo. È il mio ultimo scritto. Noi non ci vedremo più. Ma verrà un giorno in cui vi chiederò di diffonderli e solo allora gli uomini potranno conoscere il termine di una storia millenaria. Finis Gloriae Mundi.
End of the World's Glory was the third and last book by Fulcanelli. It was published in France in 1999. The text is a stark warning of the end of a cycle freely dominated by the decadence of Western culture.
The main point is terrestrial magnetism and the subsequent inversion of the poles, which is a perfectly natural phenomenon that occurs every time the Earth's magnetic field progressively wanes. The text also contains moral considerations. It makes reference to the fact that the world is becoming increasingly more absurd.
The gold of alchemy shows man's inclination to gain powerful knowledge whilst keeping the attitude that allows him to use it positively and not misuse it. In this way, alchemy also spreads a spiritual and religious significance. Especially it conveys the idea that salvation concerns not so much the soul, but rather the material world.
Today, modern science is getting dangerously close to alchemy. Politics and the economy have helped it gain a covert control of people's souls. The early stages of genetic and nuclear engineering don't have that essential knowledge, without which all forms of knowledge will be inverted. It is the revelation of divine perfection. They believed that when a true alchemist works on matter, he is also working on himself.
Finally, the adept has become a man of immortal consciousness, and therefore, in this condition, he has reached an eternal present. Thus here is the real image of immortality and eternity.